But let's get back to the Ashanti region, because the police, the regional police command there has summoned the leadership of the Ghana Union of Traders Association and Nigerian spare parts dealers in Suame following alleged attacks on illegal foreign retailers. This was after some 500 foreign spare parts dealers at the Suame magazine yesterday besieged the Suame police station for protection because they said their lives are in danger after unknown persons assaulted their members and kicked them out of business. I've got the Guta president here with me. I'll take his response to that quickly before we get to Nana Asensu in Kumasi for an update on that developing story. So let me find out from you, Doc, has this matter come to your attention?
Yeah, I'm very much aware.
So what is the leadership doing about it? Today we understand that you were summoned by the Kumasi the Ashanti Regional Police.
Yeah, we have our executives over there. We have the Ashanti Regional Guta president, and they talked to me if they should go ahead to do that, and I've given them the go ahead to clear them, because we don't want anything untoward to happen. But this is a signal that if this thing is not well managed, can create problems in future. This morning, the minister himself has called me that he has pressures from the Nigerian embassy and all that. I said that it's not our doing. This thing is coming from the people, the trading community themselves. And this time, because what happened for the suspension of the deadline was not managed well.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know that people's expectation was so high that now the thing that they've been fighting for all this year have been given the green light and all that. And then before the suspension, we were not even communicated.
Okay.
So it provoked a lot of people. I was not here. I was on trip outside. And
when it happened?
Yeah, on the 27th, I was not even informed. So I have to do a lot of pleading in Kantamanto, Okenshi, Opera Square, and Abusukai to not
avoid
do
what has happened in Kumasi.
Exactly, because actually they have their own time lines.
Okay.
That if this thing doesn't work, this is what they are going to do.
But they can also take the law into their own hands.
Oh, wow. If the law is not working, because this is a law, a clear, a legitimate law. If it is not working and we cannot enforce it, then it gives people advantage also to use the same law as a weapon. Yeah, because it's being abused. The law is being abused. And so this is another weapon for Guta. If this thing is not ensured, it means that other forms of laws will be broken.
But that two wrongs never made a right,
yeah.
And it will still jeopardize the ability of Guta members to do their.
We're talking about frustration. The market is being taken away from us. It's as simple as that. And people are not doing this out of fun. We have to work as traders, and then the institutions that are mandated to monitor and enforce these laws should also do their work. Because it's not even our duty to go around chasing somebody out.
So what's the way forward as we speak?
The way forward now? Is that the institutions to work. And that's why the trade minister himself, now he has come to take over the chairmanship of the committee. And then he has broadened the committee membership to include Ghana Standards Authority, Food and Drugs, because they are going to tackle this issue, because there are a lot of inferior goods and all that.
Have you been given any timelines as to how the committee is going to work to, solve this matter amicably?
Yeah, that's what created the initial problem, and then the trade minister is trying to avoid that, and that is just trying to encourage institutions to work, to see those, because if we have done this in isolation in the past, because this thing was passed in 1994. And so if somebody have come, you've monitored, he hasn't registered, he has gone, it won't compile like this. So we said that if we do something like we are expelling them en masse, then it will create diplomatic problems and all that. But then if you are a sovereign nation, you are enforcing on your laws, and you are doing it day to day, and it's a normal thing, without even giving deadlines. For what? Because you have your mandate to work, go to the market.
Yes, but you also have, but what we've also heard is that the Nigerians are saying that the ECOWAS Protocol allows them to sell.
Exactly, so this is where the problem is. And so we have our Ghanaian members of parliament who are representative of the ECOWAS parliament, and then they can't even explain this to the ECOWAS parliament, our sovereign laws, because the ECOWAS protocol is a different thing and sovereign laws are different thing. So the ECOWAS protocol is so clear on this thing.
What does the ECOWAS
protocol says that we should trade among ourselves freely,
yes,
without any hindrances.
So they're seeing this as a hindrance.
So we should all do business. So that's why even our brothers and sisters have a room. They have an advantage over the non-ECOWAS people. Because all that the law is saying that, come, bring your goods, trade, and then go. Me, I can also go to Nigeria without any hindrance or whatsoever. But then, he gave a caveat. The caveat being that when you have come to do your trading, brought your goods to sell and all that, then after 90 days, go back to your country. But then, if you want to establish and stay in the country and then work, then you have to get residence permit, as every country do, isn't it? Okay. Get work permit, register with the investment laws of the country, and then do your work peacefully. And this is what we are saying, that those who have not registered properly with the investment laws should just go, and then they can do what ECOWAS allows them. Okay. So nobody is telling somebody even to go out. And people have misquoted. Don't forget that they have gone to ECOWAS court and lost. Refer. You can ask Parliament and all that. The Nigerians traders here, they went to ECOWAS Parliament to say that we are not abiding by the protocol. And they lost.
Okay, hold on for me. I'll come for your final words. Nana Senso is on the phone with an update on this developing story. Nana, what is the police saying?
The meeting between the leadership of Guta and the Nigeria spare parts dealers have successfully ended. And I'm speaking to the regional police commander, DCOP Akwasi Mensah Duku. Off record, he actually told me that tomorrow they have actually set another date, that's tomorrow, to meet the entire members of Guta and also the Nigeria spare parts dealers to join and also negotiate to forestall calm and peace in the magazine industrial area. So today's meeting has successfully ended. And I also spoke to the Nigerian spare parts dealers, the leadership, and then he was saying that some of his expectations has been met, but he's hoping that tomorrow other expectations will also be met. And I also spoke with the PRO, the regional PRO of the Guta, and then he also saying that hopefully tomorrow everything will calm down, and then most of the businesses at the magazine industrial area will actually flow. So this is what I have to tell you now. Okay.
Nana, thank you very much for that update. Nana Senso there with that update. So that meeting has ended. Yep. They're saying that they're set up another meeting for tomorrow.
Exactly. That's what because they didn't want to open. And then the trade minister called me in the morning and so kind of virtually even pleading. I said, the fault is not mine. It comes from Kumasi, and I put Kumasi on the other line, and then the exchanges. So we were able to calm them down, and then we said that because what they were even expecting is for the police even to come there, because they said that Kofi Boakye came to intimidate them the other time, and this time they are prepared.
The Ghanaians?
Oh yeah. And so this time, because they have prepared for the West.
So this was when Kofi Boakye was
exactly. Similar thing had happened, and they said that the police. So we alerted.
So they made that allegation against the.
Exactly. We alerted the national security that no, if police go to Swame magazine,
it won't be able
because they were prepared, and then we gave all the information what we know, because we have to let the government know about it, and so that's why the police couldn't even go to the period under our persuasion.
Tomorrow, what is supposed to happen tomorrow, and how will it end this feud ongoing between Nigerian spare parts dealers and Ghanaian spare parts dealers?
It's not about Nigerian spare parts dealers. Nigerians can do their work. We've said this over and over, but they have to respect the sovereign laws of the country. But as for bringing their wares to sell in the market and after 90 days going, it's there. They should take advantage of that. But for the non-Ghanaian, non-West African citizens and all that, the law is so clear. And then we are making to make sure that's where we put the deadlines, that the Chinese who is operating, because the law doesn't allow them to operate one store with just one worker. You have to employ 20 people and with the investment of 1 million, and they don't do that. And then we look on. Whilst we'll come onto the locals and tell them that we do more imports, and that's why the economy, and you have a solution in sight. These people are bringing thousands of containers and all that, and they are not even duly, properly registered. Okay. You understand? Okay.
So your final word will be tomorrow. What's the expectation? And Accra is relatively quiet. Yeah. Will there be any such, No,
now the trade minister have given us so much an assurance. Okay. And we've all, Kumasi people came. And that's why we are finding it difficult to understand why they still pursue, because they said that they couldn't convince the people. The people said, "Omaba bejiska," anything omobe convince, and like normal Ghanaians will say. Okay. And so they couldn't control the people. It's not the Guta itself that was doing this. It was
the traders themselves.
Yeah, and the persuasions, I've talked with them, and they are going to do that. I've said that they shouldn't harm anybody.
So they will wait for the committee set up by the ministry to do its work.
Don't forget that we have been so civil in this issue. This other Nigeria, West African country that is talking, I don't want to mention the name. When it suited them, they killed most Chinese. And then most of them we don't have a way of verifying what happened in South Africa and all that. And we have been so civil. We don't want to go any extent of harming any person. If anything, it is our law makers who are making.
Who should so very finally, you are on the committee. I saw your list on the committee, the list of people on the committee yesterday. When will your work end? And at the end of your work, what should we see? What should Ghanaians see?
We haven't given a specific timeline for what, because it's going to be a long haul thing. That on the 6th, Monday, I think Monday, we are having our first meeting. The minister himself is going to preside. Now, all that we are saying is that we have to work as a business people, be in our shops and work, not to pursue illegal people. And so institutions should work. And this is what we are demanding that institutions should do. And that it shouldn't be like.
So what are you going to do? What's the committee going to do? You're going to try and solve the problem, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what are you going to be doing at the meeting? You're going to talk about it and say, okay, do this, but you don't have a timeline as to when you have to finish the work.
Yeah, because it's going to be a committee to ensure free trade, foreign trade regulations are adhered to. And so it's not going to be just one day. It's going to be, so they will look.
But there has to be an end. There has to be a time where the.
Of course, when sanity is prevailed. But for now, if you give timeline, then it's going to create a similar problem like it has come. That's why we don't want to put the timeline. But the trade minister, we thank him the way he took his time humbly, because this problem has come as a result of an action that has taken place earlier. And all that. The way he had come in, everybody seemed to have confidence in him, and that we should make sure that the institutions are now working, and then we don't come back again with this issue.
Hopefully, the committee won't also spend a lot of taxpayers' money still sitting. The committee is going to pay.
They don't pay. They don't pay. They don't pay. There's no per diem, so people shouldn't be.
Dr. Joseph Obeng is president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. We've been talking about the Bank of Ghana's announcement yesterday that makes 5 banks one now, which is a consolidated bank. We've also been talking about the Nigerian, or what the Kumasi spare parts dealers will consider the Nigerian invasion of their space. He says that, of course, the committee that has been set up is going to work at this. We've also had the update from Kumasi that a meeting has just ended, but another one has been scheduled for tomorrow at 2 p.m. We'll get you that update as and when we have that information. You're still watching The Pulse with me, Gifty, and Dopia.